As a working professional, you're constantly in a position where you have to provide other people with feedback, either as a team member working with others in the team, or as a manager or overseer of others who are doing work for you. Feedback and the ability to give it effectively is a core skill that's required by everyone who works with other people. Congratulations. You've taken the first step to making sure that your ability in the feedback area allows you to be a workplace wizard. Welcome. Giving feedback is an essential skill for any professional working as a member of a team or managing other people. This overview will give you clear insight into the contents of this e-learning program so that you can make a decision about whether or not you should engage with this program and become a feedback workplace wizard. So just what is feedback? What do we mean when we use the word? And why is feedback so important? Well, this little set of phrases we have here conveys the idea. Feedback gives you awareness. When you have awareness of how you're behaving, you have choice about whether or not to behave in that way or some other way. That choice provides you with freedom. Freedom to choose how you're going to effectively interact with others. And freedom, of course, gives you effectiveness. So the ability to provide others with clear, helpful, objective feedback is a core workplace skill. Every professional who works with others needs this skill. Every manager who oversees others and needs to develop and grow their skills needs this skill. So feedback is a behavior that you engage in when you're working with other people. It's telling another person what you've seen that person do. It's telling another person what you've heard that person say. It's telling another person how you see others respond to their behavior, what you see other people doing and saying. Now, let's go down the path of negative psychology and talk a little bit about what feedback is not. And it's very important that you're clear about what feedback isn't. Because for many people in the workplace actually think that feedback is doing these things. Each of these things has their own value, but it's not giving feedback. Telling a person how to behave, giving a person instructions, those are not feedback. Telling a person about your personal reaction to that other person's behavior, that's not feedback, that's expressing yourself. Interpreting a person's behavior, hunching about what their internal motivation was, why they were doing what they were doing, what their intention was, what they were trying to accomplish, or any other language about reasons why they might have behaved in the way that they are behaving. Those are not feedback. They're all useful. They may all be part of coaching, but they're not the skill of providing feedback. And one of the things that this program will do is clarify that for you so that you can strongly increase your giving feedback skills and distinguish giving feedback from all of the other things that people tend to lump into this label, which clearly giving feedback is not. If you want to become a workplace wizard, you want to have the ability to provide others, the people you're working with, the people you have working for you, with feedback at any point that that's relevant to and will increase the way that you work together. You have to master 5 component skills. And here they are. You have to be able to control and monitor your expression of your own emotions. Not have emotions, just simply be aware of them and manage the way in which you express them. You have to be able to observe other people accurately. You have to have the ability to turn on the video camera that is you and observe, see, and hear accurately. You have to translate what you've seen into words that you can use to express those things to the other people. You have to be able to use your voice as an instrument to modulate it so that the feedback comes across as effectively as it can. And you have to be able to make decisions about when you provide feedback. Once you understand these skills, once you practice them, once you periodically scrimmage or practice doing them all in an integrated kind of way, you will become a feedback wizard. You will have the ability to turn on giving feedback as a skill whenever it's appropriate. You'll also have the ability to turn it off and do other kinds of things, because it's not always appropriate to provide feedback all the time in every situation in which you interact with other people in the workplace. So this program is all about understanding these 5 skills, knowing what each one is and knowing why it's important, watching examples of skilled and unskilled ways of doing this particular component skill, drilling each one yourself by looking at a short workplace scenario, and in the process of responding and practicing, recording yourself, comparing your behavior to the skilled example, and recycling through this practice constantly, again and again, until you start to develop the smart habit that you need to do it on the fly, in the moment, in the workplace. And it's also about periodically scrimmaging, putting your component skills together the same way that you do when you learn a new sport. You practice the individual skills as drills, and periodically you scrimmage. You play the game as close to for real as you can so that your skills integrate. And there it's, again, you go through the same cycle. You see a workplace scenario, you respond to it, and when you respond to it, you record yourself using a video camera. These days they're readily available in cell phones. And then you look at your behavior and compare them to a skilled example and recycle again to refine your skills if you need to do that. This e-learning program on feedback does exactly that. It takes you through these steps. It provides you, first of all, with a general understanding of what feedback is and how it works. Then it takes you through each of the component skills. Make sure that you understand what it is, know why it's important, so that you have the groundwork, the basis for developing the ability to do that component skill, know how. You'll go through short scenarios, you'll see short videos and respond to them, provide feedback. You'll be asked to record yourself and then compare your practice to a skilled example, and to recycle through this so that you progressively develop the skill. At the end of the program, you'll have the opportunity to work through a number of integrating scrimmages, integrating practices that bring all the skills together.
Good morning, Kevin. I need to talk to you about what happened in our task team meeting yesterday afternoon.
Okay, Jennifer.
You embarrassed me, Kevin. You kept asking for the latest project budget figures over and over. Even though I told you before the meeting that I have not received the email from head office with the last consolidated budget updates. Why did you feel it necessary to do that? You knew that I could not answer the question.
I misunderstood what you told me before the meeting. I got the impression that you had received the email with the figures. I could not figure out why you did not just tell us what they were.
I can't accept that. Once I said in the meeting that I had not received them, you just went right on asking for them. I am not simple. You asked me for them at least 3 more times after that. You were out to embarrass me.
You must have said that you had not received them at the same time that Bill was talking. I simply did not hear you. I thought you had received them and were not clear that I needed them to update the project status report after the meeting.
I knew that. That is why I came to you before the meeting to tell you that I had not received them.
Listen, Jennifer. It all comes down to miscommunication. I did not mean to embarrass you, and if I did, I am sorry. I simply wanted to put out the best project status report that I could.
Okay, I will accept that for now. I received the figures this morning and have forwarded them to you by email so you can include them in the report.
Thank you. I had better get it out, since it is now overdue.
This is an example of the kind of scenario that you'll be using in order to practice these skills. They're embedded in the workplace, they're simple to follow, they're as realistic as can be accomplished using a simple animation program. The individuals in them have facial gestures you can follow. They move their hands and bodies, and you can provide feedback on these components of their behavior as well. By using scenarios like the one that you've just seen, this program takes you through the 5 component skills that you need to master in order to be a feedback workplace wizard. I hope that you will engage in the program. Everyone who works with others has constant opportunity and is often requested to provide feedback which will improve both their performance and your own. If you manage others, you really need this skill readily available so that you can call upon it when it's appropriate, when you time it as the right time to provide an individual feedback, or when you contract with that person who's working for you to provide them feedback. Thank you for taking the time to work through this overview. If you are interested in knowing more, my contact information is on the screen. I hope that you will engage in this program and become a workplace feedback wizard. Thank you for watching the video through to this point. Use the information that you have acquired to decide whether or not this e-learning program is the right one for you, the right way to increase your career worth, the right way to expand your talent. And if you like what you've seen, say so. Add a like or a comment below. And feel free to pass this video on to your friends on various forms of social media. Thank you for watching through to the end. Now take the next step. Do the things which will increase your career worth. Go to the website, access the e-learning program, and work your way through it. Or, if you need some more time to decide, join our mailing list so that we can let you know when programs, e-learning programs on topics like delegation, decision-making, working with other people are available to you. Or finally, subscribe to this channel and get not only notices on our new e-learning programs, but also access to the short learning videos that we will put up here. Thank you again for watching through to the end.